So, can you demonstrate your long vowels for me, please?
A, E, A, I, O, U.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Just do that one more time.
A, E, A, I, O, U.
Good. Just do the last two again.
O, U,
Good. Just do this one again. Or.
O.
Good. So that's pretty good, but try to avoid opening at the end. So I don't want to hear this. Or. Okay, just
Mhm.
this. Or.
O,
Yeah, that was better. One more time.
O,
Yes, that's much better. So do those last two vowels like this. Or. Ooh.
O, U.
Yeah, that's very good. Now do all the long vowels one more time.
A, E, A, I, O, U.
Yeah, that's getting better. Just do this one again. E.
I.
Good. So, yeah, make sure there's a bit of a change in the sound as you do it, okay? Don't do this. E. You've got to start
Mhm.
closer to E and then allow the tongue to come up. E.
Mhm.
One more time.
I.
Yeah, that's very good. Very good. Now do the short vowels.
A, E, A, I, O, U.
Pretty good. One more time.
A, E, A, I, O, U.
Bit better. Just do the last one again.
U,
Good. Remember, it's just one sound. Uh.
U.
Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay, now do the diphthongs.
I, L, A, Ow. I, no, I, Oi, U.
Yeah, that's quite good. Just do the first one again.
I,
Excellent. Now the next one.
L,
Good. O.
O,
Yeah, very good. Next one.
A,
Excellent. Next one.
Ow.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Now the next one.
Ear,
Yes, that's pretty good. That sounds fine. You can make it even more blended than that, like this. Ear.
ear,
That's a very good sound. Try to use mouth shape 3. Ear. Like that.
ear.
Yeah, pretty good. Next one.
Oi,
Good. And the last one.
ear.
Like this. Yeah, that's pretty good. But don't move your tongue. Keep your
Mhm.
tongue in one place, basically. I mean, it has to move a little bit, but that should be rather unconscious. So just this.
Mhm. Uh,
Yeah, that's fine. That's all you need to do. Even there, that movement of the lips was, you didn't even need to do it quite that strongly.
uh.
Yeah, not bad. So, can you now do each set?
Ah, ah, I, uh, oh, ow. No, I'm confused.
Sorry.
Eh,
Hmm.
yeah. Ow. Oh, well, I will start again. Ah, I, oh, eh, a, ow. Um, I, ear. Uh, o, oi. U, u, u.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So, just do the first set again.
Ah, I.
Good. So, try to do each one with the same intonation. Ah, ah,
Yeah,
I.
I'm working on this. It's hard. Um, ah, ah, I.
Good. One more time.
Ah, I.
Good. Try to keep your mouth open. Ah, ah. I.
I.
Just do this. Ah.
Ah.
Right. Now do it with your mouth a bit more open. Ah.
Ah.
There you go. That's all you have to do. Ah. Ah. I.
Ah. 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 I.
That's it. One more time.
Ah. Ah.
Don't close your
Ah.
mouth. You see what you're doing is this. Ah. Ah. You don't need to do that. Ah. Ah. I.
Ah. Ah.
You're still doing it.
I.
Keep your mouth in one position. Ah. Ah. I.
Ah. Ah. I.
One more time.
Ah. Ah. I.
Better. Next set.
Eh. Eh. L.
Uh. O.
Ah. Oh.
One more time. Open more.
Uh.
Look, you see you're starting to do this. Okay, that's completely wrong. O.
Uh. No. Oh.
Okay, fine. Next one.
Eh. Eh. A.
Do that again.
Eh. Eh. A.
Better. One more time.
Eh. Eh. A.
Not bad. A. A. A.
Eh. Eh.
That's it.
A.
Now open a bit more.
Eh. Eh. A.
A. A. A.
Eh. Eh. A.
Better. Next set.
Ah. Ah. Ow.
Yeah, that was good. Next set.
E. I.
Do
Ear.
this. E.
I.
Good. E. E. Ear.
E. I. Ear.
That was pretty good, but you went like this. E. I. Okay? So it's E. E. Ear. Each one the same intonation. Try again.
E. I. Ear.
That's it. One more time.
E. I. Ear.
Good. So remember with E, the first one, start with an I sound and then bring your tongue up. Okay? The Russian way is sort of to do the opposite and to start with the tongue very high and then bring it down, almost like the diphthong ear, but like this. Ear, like that. Ear. Something like that. Ear, right? But it should be E. See? E. Just try that again.
E. I. Ear.
Yeah, that's quite good. Next one, next set.
O. 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 Oi.
Okay, and the last set.
Ew. Ew. Ew.
So here, again, as I've said before, your tongue seems to be moving. You're going, oya, like that. Oya, 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 oya. Moving your tongue around, okay? No, keep your tongue still. Only move the lips. Just do this. Ooh.
Ooh.
One more time.
Ooh.
Yeah, pretty good. Try extending, just as an exercise, extending the last part like this. Ooh.
Ooh.
Even longer than that.
Ooh.
Okay? Yeah, that's quite good. So now do this. One more time. Yeah, make sure your tongue does not move at all. It's just a monophthong. There's no change in the sound. Mouth shape 5. One more time. Yeah, that's better. And again. Yeah, pretty good. And now take that same sound and basically just make it long, and then you get this so-called diphthong. Okay? Good. Hold mouth shape 5 and don't move your tongue. One more time. Pretty good. Okay. So, can you give me an example of a word with the sound or?
Uh, the word order.
Yes, good. One more time.
Order.
That was better. Yes, one more time.
Order.
Good. Can you put order into a sentence?
For example, I want to keep it in order.
Yes, that's very good. Just try to connect all the words.
I want to keep it in order.
Excellent. Do that one more time.
I want to keep it in order.
Good. Now remember to use a schwa wherever you can. So I want to keep. Look, to keep, not to keep. It's not just about the vowels, it's also the rhythm. Because if you use oo, you're going to end up making it too slow. I want to keep. But it should be I want to keep. I want to keep it in order. Just do that one more time.
I want to keep it in order.
That's a lot better. Just say to keep.
To keep.
Exactly. And you'll notice that I don't even really need to use much of a schwa. I don't need to say t like that. I can almost just do a t sound without any vowel, to keep, like that. I mean, really, there should be something, but I don't need to open my mouth very much. I mean, we practice vowels, air, but here, because it's so weak, I don't really need to go to keep. I can just go t like that. It's all about the rhythm. Da 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 da. You see, da 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 da. That rhythm. I want to keep it in order. One more time.
I want to keep it in order.
Good. Just say want.
Want.
Good. So note this. Don't say want. Okay. I want to suck your blood. You know you. You know, this is the kind of thing that people do if they want to imitate an Eastern Slavic sort of accent, or maybe a German accent. They just turn all their W's into V's, if you see what I mean, and vice versa, or vice versa. So be very careful about that. It's just it just sounds so Russian to do that. Okay.
Yeah,
But
I'm trying.
yes, I can see that. You're doing quite well. You've definitely improved. So, give me another word with the sound or.
Um, um, uh, for example, form.
Yes, that's very good. Put that word in a sentence.
I have to fill in this form.
Good. Just say fill in.
Fill in.
Yes, I have to fill in this form.
I have to fill in this form.
Good. That's fine. Give me one more word with or.
Tone.
One more time.
Tone.
Meaning?
Language.
Okay, we've talked about this before, haven't we? In fact, we've talked about this several times. This word comes up a lot. A lot of people have trouble with this word for some reason. So, just say these two words for me, please. Say these two words.
Tone. Tone.
Right. Is there any difference in pronunciation, or are they the same?
It's in the first word. It's a long vowel. The second is short.
Okay.
Tone.
So we were looking for the vowel or. So which of these two words has that vowel?
The first.
The first one, right? Just say that word again.
Yeah. Tone.
Remember, it's long. It's or.
Torn.
There you go. Torn, right? The past tense
Torn.
of tear, or sorry,
Yeah.
no, the participle of tear. Okay, I have torn my jeans, right?
Yeah.
Now, the other word, try to think back to when we talked about this before. What is the vowel sound in this word?
Uh, this is a short or ton. Like
It is short, but it's not o.
it's right?
It is ah, that is
Ton.
correct. Better, one more time.
Ton.
Good. Now, at the end of the word, I want you to keep your mouth open in mouth shape 1, all the way through.
Tongue.
There we go. Tongue.
Tongue.
Good. Use more aspiration at the beginning, like this. Tongue.
Tongue.
Very good. Now say both words like this. Torn. Tongue.
Torn. Tongue.
Very good. So, can you put the word tongue into a sentence?
Um. Yeah. I don't know. For example, I want to say something different.
So remember, tongue literally just means this. This is your tongue.
Yeah.
So keep it simple.
I don't know. For example, I like salad with boiled beef tongue.
Good. That's an excellent sentence. Boiled beef tongue.
Boiled beef tongue.
Yes. So keep your tongue forward, okay? You don't need to lift it in any way, so just keep it here and use more aspiration at the beginning. Boiled beef tongue.
Boiled beef tongue.
Yeah, that's quite good. Okay, so give me another word that has that vowel sound, the sound ah, like tongue.
The word
Meaning?
hand.
Okay, so that word, is it pronounced or arm?
For me, it's
Okay, that's correct, arm. But note the vowel that we're looking for is not ah.
Well,
The word, if you think about tongue, again, it's not tongue, it's
yeah,
tongue.
it's short.
Right, exactly. So the word you're thinking of, arm, that's a long vowel. Okay? But what we're looking for is okay?
For
Is not a
example,
word
up,
really. Up, very good. Give me another example.
up, the word bucket,
One more time.
bucket,
Yes, that's correct. Bucket. One more time.
bucket,
Good. Just say the first syllable.
ba,
Good. Bit faster. Ba.
ba,
Good. Deeper sound. Ba.
ba,
Yes, that's better. Bucket.
bucket.
Yes, yes. Put the word bucket into a sentence.
For example, I'm going to take bucket of water.
Okay, one more time.
I'm going to take bucket of water.
So, are there any grammatical mistakes in your sentence?
A bucket of water, right?
Yes, a bucket of water. I'm going to take a bucket of water. Now, that sentence is perfectly correct. I'm going to take a bucket of water. In what situation? Use your imagination and describe to me a situation in which you're saying, I'm going to take a bucket of water.
For example, I'm in the garden and I help someone with, I don't know, with um, flowers or something, and I say, oh, I'm going to take bucket of water.
A bucket of water.
A bucket,
So
yeah.
are you, when you say this, are you in the garden?
Yes.
So you're in the garden
Yeah,
with your friend.
I say it to my friend.
Okay, and then after saying, I'm going to take a bucket of water, what do you do?
Go and take the
From where?
bucket from, I don't know where I can find it. I don't know where it's in the garden.
Okay. And then what are you going to do once you found it?
Bring it over to my friend and
Okay.
use it.
Right. So I'm going to take a bucket of water. Now, the use of the word take there is a little unclear. It's not the best word. There are better ways of saying that are clearer. You could have just said, I'm going to get a bucket of water. You see? That's very clear. I'm going to get it, bring it back. I'm going to take a bucket of water. Usually when we use the word take, we're talking about taking something away. Like, I'll take, let me see. This is the kind of thing you might hear someone say in somewhere like London. What does that mean? I'll take a large chips, please. When would someone say that?
You want to take, you want to get, I think in this case, a big plate of potatoes, of crisps, no, chips.
Chips, yeah. Yeah, so if you're at a chippy, right? You know what a chippy is?
No.
The chippy is is just a way you get fish and chips.
Ah,
Yeah. So a chippy is, or a chip shop is where you get fish and chips.
okay.
So they deep fry your chips, as we call them, and they do fish and stuff, like battered fish and that kind of thing, right? Less popular than it used to be. It used to be very common for people to have fish and chips. You know, they'd have it at least once a week, practically everybody. And I don't just mean people living by the seaside. I mean people living in London, in town. But now there's a lot more competition, and food has improved a lot in the UK in the last, 40 years, 30, 40 years, it's improved a lot. Certainly in the last 50 years, it's improved hugely, right? Anyway, so yeah, you're standing there, and the chippy's standing there, you know, what's your order? And you say, I'll take large chips, please. Right? That's your order. Chips, large chips, small chips, medium chips. I'll take a large chips, because you're going to take it, right? That's why we call it takeaway. That's what we call it in the UK, isn't it? Takeaway. In America, they say takeout. But either way, we're saying take, because you're going to take it and, yeah? You know, when you you've got dogs, haven't you? You know, when you give your dog a bone or something, and he sort of looks around like this, and then he scurries off. Yeah, and goes and hides so he can eat it by himself. Right? You see, that's taking. You give it to the dog. He takes it to his favorite corner of the house, right? And eats it by himself. Okay? So when you say I'm going to take a bucket of water, it's like, I'm going to take this bucket and, well, see you later.
Okay.
So what you mean is I'm going to get a bucket of water. That's the best way to say it. You could have said, I'll bring a bucket of water. I'm going to bring a bucket of water. That would be a little bit clearer than saying take. It's sort of almost the opposite of take, isn't it? Because take is like, whereas bring is more like, you see? And that's really what you're going to do. I'll go inside, get some water, and bring it. Okay? But most English people just say, I'm going to get a bucket of water. But also, you said, I'm going to. Now, we've talked about this before. when you want to sort of suggest something that you're going to do as help, then it's better to say, for example, I'll go and get. So I'll go and get a bucket of water, right? You're telling them what you're going to do, right? If you just say, I'm going to get a bucket of water, that's okay. You can say that. There's nothing wrong with it. But we usually use this kind of phrasing when we're just giving information. So if someone says, if you're going out, if you're putting on your jacket and your shoes and your husband says, where are you going? You say, I'm going to the gym. Right? You're just telling him where you're going. You're just answering his question. Where are you going? I'm going to the gym. But in your example, you're imagining that your friend is there and you gardening, and you observe that she or he seems to be in need of a bucket of water. And you say, I'll go and get a bucket of water. Right? So
Okay.
we use this a lot. You know, you might say to your husband, you sit down and I'll get the food, or something like that. We often say this if we're offering to help someone. You sit down and I'll do it. Yeah?
Okay.
Let me do it. You know, it's like you're offering. Okay. Good. Anyway, so this time give me a word with the sound eh.
The word level.
Very good. Say that word again.
Level.
Yeah, that's good. Level. One more time.
Level.
Yes,
Level.
that's it. Put that word into a sentence.
This is the next level.
That's very good. This is the next level. One more time.
This is the next level. Level.
Yes, that's very good. That's fine. Give me another word with eh.
Guess.
Good. One more time.
Guess.
Good. Guess.
Guess.
Yeah, that was better. Make sure that when you go from a g sound into an eh sound or any other vowel, but certainly into an eh, make sure that you don't add any other sound. So a very Russian thing to do, and you hear this among other languages as well, is to do something like this. Gies, gies. And you see it sounds like I'm adding a y in between the g and the eh. Like g, y, eh. Gies, gies. So you've got to avoid doing that. Go straight from the g to the eh. Guess. One more time.
Guess.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Put the word guess into a sentence.
Guess. So I guess he's a nice person.
Yeah, I guess he's a nice person. One more time.
I guess he's a nice person.
Not bad. I guess he's a nice person. What exactly do you mean by I guess he's a nice person? Why I guess?
Because maybe I don't know this this person, and someone told me the story and I said my opinion. I guess he is a nice person.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that in that way, so there's nothing wrong with that. But I think you should be careful about this phrase, I guess. Usually we use this phrase in the same way as we use something like I suppose, meaning that you're sort of, you don't really know, and you're making a sort of assumption. So let's say you're waiting. You and a friend are at a pub, and you're waiting for another friend. Right? You're waiting for your third friend. Your friend is half an hour late, and you haven't heard from your friend. And so you say to your other friend who's sitting next to you, you say something like, I guess she couldn't make it. Yeah? Or I guess she's in a meeting. Maybe she's a lawyer or something, and so sometimes she gets stuck in meetings and there's nothing she can do about it. She can't get on her phone or anything. It depends on the kind of job they do, right? So you think, well, she probably just couldn't make it, or she's in a meeting. I guess she's in a meeting. It's like saying she's probably in a meeting. Yeah, you're just thinking this is what is likely, right? Whereas I think what you were thinking when you said, I guess he's a nice person, is more something like you want to say something like, maybe he sounds like a nice person. Yeah, he sounds like a nice person. You say, your husband says to you, "Oh, my friend from high school has come to visit, and you've never met him before, and he has been living in India, working at an orphanage." Right? And you say, "Oh, he sounds like a nice person." So, based on the information you've been given, you're saying that is your idea of a good person, right? He sounds like a good person. You wouldn't say, "I guess he's a good person." That sounds a bit odd. That would be a bit odd. I guess he's a good person. Using "I guess" is more about making assumptions as opposed to like evaluating information and giving your opinion. Okay, it's a little bit difficult to explain what the difference is, but this is something you should think about going forward, because it's quite common for learners to make this kind of mistake where you use a phrase like "I guess" in a way which is kind of almost right but not quite, and so it just sounds a little bit odd, right?
Yeah, I got that.
Good. Okay, fine. So give me another word with the sound eh.
The word very.
Meaning?
Very. How to say?
Do you mean this word?
So maybe.
Yeah. You mean so? Yeah. Just say it again.
Very.
Right. Just demonstrate the consonant sound at the beginning. Right. Yeah. Just do this. Good. Raise your top lip a bit more. Right. That's fine. Now say very.
Very.
Good. Make sure the vowel is short in the first syllable, which means that you need to get to the second syllable quickly. Very.
Very.
Good. Make the E a bit longer in the second syllable. Very.
Very.
Very good. What's this word?
Very.
So think about the sound at the beginning. What's the sound at the beginning of this word?
V.
No.
Very.
Listen, let me demonstrate.
Yeah.
Look at my face. Wary.
Yeah, I got it. Very.
Yes, good. So, as you know, I don't really like to talk about spelling in regards to pronunciation, but just let me say that when you see a word like this, where you have a W, I can't think of any examples of English words where the letter W corresponds with f sound. Okay? So if you see a letter W, you should assume that the sound is W. Okay?
Okay.
Right. So, Just say, so that word is wary. It means something like cautious. Okay, so let me say both words.
Yeah.
Very, wary. Try that.
Very, wary.
Yeah, that's good. So there's a difference in the vowel, of course, in the first syllable. In the first case, it's short, very, eh. In the second case, it's long, wary, eh. But the thing that you need to focus on even more is the consonant at the beginning. So, and in particular, the position of your lips. So for the first one, really emphasize it, really exaggerate like this. Think about a dog snarling like that. Right? Show your teeth. Think about showing your canines. That's it. Keep this tight though. More like this, look. What you're doing is you're kind of pulling like that. You've got to sort of push it forward instead. Raise your top lip. Yeah, that's it. That's the first one. So very, and then the other one completely different, like this. Okay, look. Very, wary.
Very, wary.
That's good. Show your teeth more for the first one. Very, wary.
Very, very, wary.
Yes, that's excellent. One more time.
Very, wary.
Yes, good. Notice that although I'm saying that we should essentially use this sound when saying very, it's not really this sound. It is this. It is a voiced consonant. If otherwise we would be saying this word, which is different. It's ferry. But the key concept here, whether we're talking about consonants at the beginning of a syllable or consonants at the end of a syllable, the key concept is not really the consonant itself. It's more the way in which it connects with the vowel that follows or precedes it. So in the word very, we can start with this f sound as long as we blend it into the vowel in the correct way. So if I demonstrate both these words, you'll be able to tell the difference. Ferry, ferry, right?
Yeah.
Very, ferry, very, ferry, 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 very, ferry. Okay, you can tell the difference. It's very subtle, but there is a difference. So yes, it's really about the connection with the vowel. And similarly, if it was at the end of a syllable, if I take the words, let's see. Well, okay, let's take a different consonant. Let's take this this consonant. Here we have the same concept. It's a voiced consonant, but most of the time you don't really need to worry about voicing it. You can focus more on just going s like that. So, how would you say this word?
Buzz.
That's fine, exactly. You don't need to do this buzz, and you certainly don't want to do this buzz, right? The way you did it was correct. Buzz. One more time.
Buzz.
That's perfect. And it's quite obvious that you're not saying this word. What would this sound like?
Buzz.
Yeah, exactly. So that I can hear the difference easily. Very easy. Okay? Very clear. Buzz. Bus. Buzz. Bus. Buzz. So it's to do with how the vowel connects to the consonant. In buzz, there's a little bit of a blending of the vowel with the, the voice just continues into the beginning of the consonant. But I don't need to hold it. I can just cut it out straight away. Buzz. It's just there for an instant. And then with bus, they're completely separated. There's no voice at all leaking into the consonant. Give me any example of a word that has two syllables with the accent on the first syllable.
Found.
Good. How many syllables does that word have?
This is one.
Right, good. That's one syllable. Found. One. So we're looking for a two-syllable word with the accent on the first syllable.
Yeah. Agent.
Very good. One more time.
Agent.
Yes, good. Can you put the word agent into a sentence?
I recently watched the serials Twin Peaks, and in my mind it's coming like Agent Cooper
Okay,
straight
yeah,
away.
Agent Cooper, yeah. Yes. Now, just be careful about your vocabulary there. Um, it's called a series. So you just watch the series.
Serious, yeah. Yeah, I got
Series.
it.
Just say that again.
Serious.
No. Now I think you're trying to say this word. Serious. No.
No.
The word is
Serious.
series.
Series.
There you go. So I just watched the series Twin Peaks.
I just watched the series Twin Peaks.
Good. So what's the vowel in the second syllable of series?
E.
E. Good. So now try these two words. Series. Serious.
Series. Serious.
Just say again. Serious.
Serious.
Good. So how many syllables does that word have?
3.
Yes, good. Serious. 1, 2, 3. So again, series. Serious.
Series. Serious.
Good. Now say this word.
Cereal.
Good. Cereal.
Cereal.
It's not cereal. It's just roll like that. Cereal.
Cereal.
Yeah, much better. Note that it's exactly the same as this.
Yeah, this is also
This is the same.
cereal.
You see? Good. So let's try all three. Series, serious, cereal.
Serious.
No, first one is series.
Series. Serious. Cereal.
Good, but not cereal. It's cereal.
Cereal. Cereal.
Good. So one more time.
Series. Serious. Cereal.
Yeah, that's much better. Okay. And notice also, in terms of vocabulary, in the UK, we'll use the word series to mean, an entire program, like Twin Peaks is a series, but we'll also use it to talk about the different collections that you have. So you have series 1, series 2, series 3, right? Whereas in America, they'll use the word series to mean the program, but if they're talking about different sort of chapters, then they will say they'll use the word season. Okay, and because TV watching habits have changed a lot in the last 10, 15 years, transformed. So it used to be that people just watched TV, right? And if you were British, you mostly just watched what was on the British local networks, the BBC mainly, and then ITV, Channel 4. You might not even know what these words are, but what these things are. But any British person who, over the age of probably 30, certainly, would be very familiar with these TV channels. And whereas now, people are more and more just watching these international streaming platforms like Netflix, right? And so, well, most of these are American companies, and so the kind of terminology that people use to talk about them it becomes more Americanized, and so you see how. So I think this is one area where perhaps we will find that over the coming years, British sort of vocabulary will give way slightly, perhaps, to American. So I wouldn't be surprised if in another generation, British people say season, as in first season, second season, like they do in the US, as opposed to first series, second series. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe not, but I wouldn't be surprised. Yes, Twin Peaks, that's a very odd show. I liked it, but it goes on a bit, and it's a bit unsatisfying, because it's like, when are we going to find out what the hell's actually happening? And also the music is irritating. goes on
Yeah.
and on, never stops, never stops. I like the
That's
music,
great.
but I wish it would stop, occasionally instead of being every scene. But I can see
Yeah.
why people like it. But yes,
For me, the first season was the best. Second, more or less, and the third is like I didn't like it.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah, it gets really strange and
Yeah.
yeah. Um, okay, so give me now an example of a two-syllable word with the accent on the second syllable.
Advice.
Excellent. Now, this is a really good example of the kind of word where you need to be careful about this consonant. And if you just treat it as this, it will be easier for you to get the right sound. Just say that word again.
Advice.
Much better. Okay. Good. Can you put the word advice into a sentence?
Um. I'm going to take you a piece of advice.
One more time.
I'm going to take you a piece of advice. Advice.
Okay. Is this right?
I'm going to give you a
Right.
piece of advice. Yeah, I'm just
Good.
so
So I'm
well.
going to give you a piece of advice. One more time.
I'm going to give you a piece of
Good.
advice.
Just try to connect all the words. Give you a piece of advice.
Give you a piece of advice.
Good. Give you a, like that. Give you a piece of advice.
Give you a piece of advice.
Good.
Advice.
Exactly. Now be very careful about the f sounds. Give you a piece of advice.
Give you a piece of advice.
Yes, that's a lot better. Good. Fine. Give me another example of a two-syllable word with the accent on the second syllable.
Again.
Good. One more time.
Again.
Good. Again.
Again.
Good. What's the vowel in the first syllable?
It's a.
One more time.
A.
What mouth shape is that?
Mouth shape one.
Good.
Again.
Just do this.
A.
Good. Mouth shape one.
A.
Good. Now, again.
Again.
Good. And in the second syllable, yes, that's how I would do it. Again. But you can also say again.
Yeah, I used to say like this, but I noticed that most of the people, maybe in my area, they said like again like this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it.
Yeah, they're both correct, but I think again is what is a better option for you. Good. So, can you now give me a three-syllable word with the accent on the first syllable?
Recently.
Very good. One more time.
Recently.
Good. Recently.
Recently.
Yes, that's good. Can you put that word into a sentence?
For example, I recently visited. I recently visited India.
Yes,
I
very good.
visited. Yeah, I think it's wrong.
Yeah, that's very good. I recently visited India. One more time.
I recently visited India.
Good. So notice that the mouth shape for the at the beginning of recently is essentially the same as for visited, you see? So try to get that similarity. Look, I recently visited India. Try that.
I recently visited India.
Good. Now say visited India.
Visited India.
Yes, that's very good. How many syllables does India have?
2.
Say the word, count out the syllables.
No, 3. India, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. You see, if you count it out, if you actually do the method that I've taught you, India, dun, 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 then you will always get the right answer. Okay, pretty much. Okay.
I try do it in my head. I count only like you said.
Yeah, I mean, you can do it in your head, but there's nothing wrong with doing it out loud. India, dun dun dun. That's what I do. India, dun dun dun. 1, 2, 3, India. Whereas if you don't use that method and you just sort of assume, then there's a good chance that you're going to get it wrong. And you'll think it's 2, India. Well, maybe you could argue it's 2, India, but that's not really how it feels. It doesn't really feel like 1, 2, India, dun dun. It feels more like India, dun dun dun. Right? Fine. Give me another example of a 3-syllable word with the accent on the first syllable.
What? Absolute.
Excellent. One more time.
Absolute.
Absolute. Yes, I think usually people are going to put the accent on the 3rd syllable like this. Absolute. Try that.
Absolute.
Yes, good. Can you put the word absolute into a sentence? Just like the word complete.
Yeah, but I usually use absolutely.
Okay, so this is a good exercise, you see. Now you have to think of a way to structure your sentence so that you can use the word absolute. So try giving me a sentence with absolutely.
It was absolutely amazing, for example.
Okay, so if you want to use absolute in place of absolutely, remember absolutely is an adjective. So, sorry, an adverb. An adverb. Adverbs describe verbs and other adjectives. So here, amazing is an adjective. So you're using the adverb absolutely to describe the adjective amazing. So if you're going to use absolute, well, absolute is an adjective. So now you use adjectives to describe nouns. So whatever comes next, whatever you're describing with the word absolute, must be a noun. So that's the thing that's difficult here. Now you need to think of some vocabulary where you have a noun that kind of expresses the same idea as the adjective amazing.
I can change amazing on good, for example, but
but good is still an adjective.
It's an adjective.
Yeah, it's pretty difficult because but you could say something like it was an absolute wonder. It was an absolute joy. It was an absolute experience or something like that. Okay. Anyway, yeah, we better stop there. So, yeah, that's very good. Okay, you're really making progress. You're doing very well. Okay.
Thank you.
So keep practicing, and I'll see you again soon.